The train screeches to a halt, its wheels shrieking against the iron tracks, and silence falls heavier than the snow blanketing the earth. You lift your head, your neck stiff, your body bruised from days of rattling in the dark wagon. Around you, men blink in the weak morning light, their faces gaunt, their lips blue from cold. The door groans open, and the blast of Siberian wind slaps you awake. Out! A guard shouts, his fur hat low over his brow, his rifle cradled lazily but ready. The prisoners stumble into the snow, their chains clinking, their breath rising in white plumes. The landscape is endless, flat, white, merciless. Pines stand like black sentinels in the distance. The horizon is a blur of ice and sky. Somewhere beyond, the camp waits, its wooden walls rising like a scar in the wilderness. You are no longer a man with a name. You are a number, one of thousands who vanished into this frozen exile. You are inside the Gulag's walls now, and they will strip everything you are, piece by piece. The arrival. The gates are tall, built from rough-hewn logs, their tops bristling with spikes. Beyond them, a watchtower looms, its outline sharp against the sky. A guard peers down, his rifle gleaming. The gates creak open, and you shuffle forward with the others, your chains dragging, your boots barely holding together. Inside, the camp sprawls like a cruel parody of a village. Long barracks of timber lean against the wind, their roofs heavy with snow. Smoke curls from chimneys, though the warmth inside is a promise few ever feel. The ground is trampled into frozen mud, littered with broken tools, scraps of cloth, footprints frozen mid-stride. The air smells of smoke, sweat, and something sour, sickness, perhaps. Men cough as they walk, their shoulders hunched, their eyes hollow. Others stare from behind frost-rimmed windows, their faces pale, unreadable. They do not wave. They do not speak. They simply watch, as though each new arrival is already half dead. A whistle blows. Orders bark. The new prisoners are separated, lined up, inspected like cattle. You strip off what little you have, and a guard throws you a thin coat patched with rags, boots 2 sizes too small, mittens so worn they barely cover your fingers. These are not meant to keep you warm. They are meant to keep you alive, barely. The work. At dawn, the whistle screams again. The barracks stir with groans, curses, coughing fits. Men rise stiffly from wooden planks, their straw mattresses crawling with lice, their blankets stiff with frost. You wake with your body aching, your stomach gnawing at itself, your throat raw from breathing smoke all night. The guards herd you into line. The gates open. The prisoners march out into the wilderness. Your work is the forest. Towering pines rise around you, their trunks thick, their branches heavy with snow. You are handed an axe, its blade dull, its handle cracked. You swing, your arms trembling, your breath fogging the air. Each strike echoes through the forest like a drumbeat. The tree groans, leans, crashes into the snow. There is no pause. Another tree waits. Another blow. Another burden. The work is endless. Some men dig in the frozen earth, their shovels clanging against ice. Others haul logs on sleds, their bodies bent like beasts of burden. A guard stands watch, his rifle slung casually, his eyes cold. If a man stumbles, he is struck. If he collapses, he is kicked. If he cannot rise, he is left in the snow. By midday, your arms are numb, your back screams, your breath burns in your chest. Sweat freezes on your brow, your lashes crust with frost. You are given a chunk of black bread, a ladle of watery soup that tastes of cabbage and ash. You eat quickly, hungrily, though the food only stokes your hunger instead of quenching it. Then the work begins again. By evening, you stumble back into camp, your body broken, your spirit drained. You collapse onto your plank, your stomach still empty, your mind buzzing with exhaustion. Around you, men cough, groan, mutter prayers. Some stare at the ceiling, their eyes glassy. Some whisper stories of home, though their voices are so faint they sound like ghosts. And still, the whistle waits for morning. The cold. The cold is a living thing. It creeps through cracks in the barracks, through the seams of your coat, through the thin straw of your mattress. It gnaws at your toes until they turn black. It chews on your fingers until they stiffen and crack. It seeps into your bones until you cannot tell where your body ends and the ice begins. At night, you huddle against others, sharing breath, pressing together like animals. The air smells of sweat and sickness, but the closeness is the only shield against the cold. Some men die quietly in their sleep, their bodies stiffening before dawn. By morning, they are dragged out, their shapes covered in frost. The cold does not care for names, for numbers, for guilt or innocence. It devours all the same. The whispers. Despite the silence of the guards, despite the fear that hangs heavy in the camp, whispers still travel through the barracks like smoke. Whispers of escape, though no one escapes the taiga. The forest stretches endless, the snow swallows tracks, the wolves wait with yellow eyes. Men who run are found frozen or never found at all. Whispers of rebellion, though the guards are armed and the prisoners are broken. A fist raised today is a corpse tomorrow. Whispers of politics. Why you are here, who denounced you, what crime you never committed. Some say they spoke out. Some say they said nothing. Some do not know at all. The Gulag does not need reasons. It only needs bodies. And whispers of hope, fragile as ice. A pardon, a letter from home, a war ending, a government shifting. These whispers warm men for a night, sometimes for a week. But when no letter comes, when no pardon arrives, when no freedom appears, hope dies quietly, like a flame smothered in snow. The illness. Sickness spreads like wildfire in the camp. It begins with a cough, a fever, a weakness in the legs. Soon, the cough rattles in the chest, the fever burns like fire, the weakness drops a man to the floor. There is no medicine. The infirmary is a room with straw mats and a guard at the door. Men lie there until they rise or do not. Most do not. You watch one friend fade. A boy no older than 20, his face hollow, his skin yellowed. He hums a song from his village, though his voice cracks with each note. One night, he does not hum. One morning, he does not rise. By noon, his mat is empty, his body dragged to the ditch outside the walls. The overseer says nothing. The guards say nothing. The prisoners say nothing. The silence is louder than grief. The memory. In the stillness of night, when the camp sleeps and the guards' boots fade into distance, memory comes like a thief. You close your eyes and see fields not covered in snow but in grass, skies not gray but blue, faces not hollow but alive. You remember your mother's hands kneading bread. You remember your father's voice calling across the fields. You remember laughter, warmth, freedom. And the memory hurts more than the whip, more than the hunger, more than the cold. Because memory is the cruelest prisoner. It reminds you of what you were, of what you had, of what you lost. And here, inside these walls, you have nothing left but memory. The end. Seasons blur. Winters swallow springs. Summers barely touch the earth before frost returns. Years slip by in the rhythm of whistle, work, hunger, cold. Some men leave. Pardoned, perhaps. Sent home, perhaps. No one knows if the home still exists, if the families still wait, if freedom is anything more than another whisper. Others stay until the camp takes them. Buried in the ditch, unnamed, unmarked, forgotten. Their stories end not with words, but with silence. And you, your body bends, your hands crack, your back breaks. Each day steals a piece of you until there is nothing left but the shell of a man. Still you rise. Still, you swing the axe. Still, you march into the forest, the snow biting your face, the chains rattling at your side. Because inside the Gulag's walls, survival is not life. It is silence. It is endurance. It is waiting for an end that may never come. Reflection. History will write of wars, of leaders, of victories. It will build monuments to heroes, carve statues of generals, paint portraits of rulers. But it will not write of you. It will not write of the quarry girl's hammer, of the water carrier's bucket, of the harem's servant's silence, of the Gulag prisoner's chains. And yet, you were here. You endured. You carried the weight of an empire's cruelty on your back, in your lungs, in your very bones. And though history may not remember your name, the snow remembers your footsteps. The pines remember your breath. The earth remembers your body, buried in silence. You were more than a number. You were more than a prisoner. You were human, and that is the truth the Gulag could never bury.